Jennifer, the young and beautiful wife, swimming relentlessly in the open ocean. She must be a really good swimmer because she was able to pass a shark. After some awkward swimming and uncomfortable gasping, she finally reaches the shore. There's a lot of coughing and spitting, but she's still pretty. She dozes off and the previous events flash back. A band welcomes Jennifer, her bald husband Jack, and two of their forgettable friends. They see the yacht that they will be riding. The yacht was amazing. They meet Captain Gary Richards. The ladies giggle as they see the hot deck boy named Manuel. Jennifer looks at Manuel flirtatiously. A naughty gesture for someone who's already married, right? Suddenly Manuel's girlfriend arrives with a hell of an attitude. She's angry and freaky. She looks like a witch. The two argue and the witch-looking girlfriend slaps and kicks Manuel. Manuel had enough of his girlfriend's attitude, so he kicks her back. This leaves a bad impression on the rich guests, especially Jack. The rich guests were having a sumptuous dinner when Manuel arrived with a bottle of wine. Jack is irritated by Manuel's presence and makes sarcastic remarks about him. Meanwhile, the witch-looking ex-girlfriend seems to actually be a real witch, who dances strangely with a man's photo in a smoky dark room. It seems like she's doing a ritual, but no one knows what exactly it is for. That night, Jack and Jennifer engage in hot boat sex. Jack strips down Jennifer and licks her thighs as if they were strawberry lollies. Manuel is secretly listening to the couple's moans. He is tempted to masturbate while listening, but the thought of Jack's bald face probably turned him off. Jack seems to be in the BDSM and swinging lifestyle. He ties Jennifer with his belt and proceeds to have great sex with her. Strangely, the witch ex-girlfriend is also making sexual acts with her rag doll. Maybe her little rag doll is supposed to be Manuel? Right after she finished sexually thrusting the poor little rag doll, she hits it hard. Manuel gets a weird nosebleed after that. The next morning, Jack complains about Manuel's rude behavior. Manuel really is a douchey bag for hitting her ex-girlfriend. Plus, he is not doing a good job at being a deck boy. The captain talks to Manuel and asks if he could at least show respect to the rich guests. Manuel doesn't like the idea and throws a shitty tantrum in the kitchen. He argues with Gary and annoyingly throws a towel over in an open stove fire. Who in their right mind will leave a stove fire open? Soon enough, the entire boat is on fire. Everyone panics and abandons the yacht. When everyone is on the rescue boats, the entire yacht predictably explodes. Subsequently, the little rescue boats sink and everyone tries to swim afloat. It was a nightmare. Apparently, Jennifer is the first one to reach the beach. She waits on the shore for help and sees a body floating ashore. She quickly gets up to check who it is and gasps when she finds out it's the boat's captain. She tried to revive the captain, but all she sees is a Kool-Aid blood gushing out of his mouth. Magically, Manuel arrives and resuscitates the captain. Nobody knows where he came from and how he got there in the first place. After minutes of Jennifer's intense crying and sand rolling, Manuel declares that the captain is dead. The two spend the night hugging each other because Jennifer was cold. Of course, she's in a bikini. The next morning, Jennifer wakes up to see the topless Manuel emerging out of the water. Manuel starts to build a hut made of coconut leaves and tree branches. The two work together to build a temporary house while having flirtatious looks at each other. On their second day on the beach, Jennifer seems sad and down. But she never mentions her husband Jack, so maybe she's sad about something else. Manuel offers her to swim and tells her that she needs to remove her clothes to avoid them getting wet. He then proceeds to take off his pants and exposes his meaty bum. Jennifer believes him and joins him in the water. Come to think of it, how long will it take for a wet bikini to dry under the scorching island sun? Manuel goes out to fish and suddenly sees Jack on the reef. He thinks twice about helping him. They did have some beef before. The good in Manuel wins and brings the wounded Jack back to Jennifer. Jennifer can't believe that Jack is already on the island. She frantically kisses Jack and serves him coconut water. The weak and bald Jack thanks Manuel for helping him. So since Jack arrived on the island, he started to become jealous of Manuel. He suspects that Manuel is having an affair with his wife, Jennifer, who flirtatiously hangs around him in her bikini. Jack continues to become suspicious of the two, while Jennifer frustratingly keeps on denying it. The weird thing is, Jennifer has her husband on the island, but she keeps on hanging around with the deck boy. Manuel keeps on flirting with Jennifer, even though he knows that she is married. Maybe that's what isolation and hunger do to someone, or his libido levels are just oozing to get inside of Jennifer. Jack keeps his suspicions and ends up fighting with Manuel. Manuel fights back and insists that the couple start feeding themselves without his help. The rich and proud Jack agrees even though he doesn't know a thing about fishing. Jennifer gets worried about their food. Jack can't find a single decent fish for dinner. Even the jiggy booby Jennifer can catch seashells better than Jack. Out of hunger and desperation, plus Manuel's fishy persuasions, Jennifer agrees to receive food from him. It's clear that Manuel has the hots for Jennifer, but Jennifer tells him one day that he needs to stop flirting with her. When Manuel is about to go fishing, he notices that his goggles are missing. He suspects that Jack took them. He gets furious and grabs his fishing spear. He swears to God that he'll kill Jack, but Jennifer rushes to stop him. Manuel criminally grabs her and pins her down on the sand. Jennifer struggles to escape but later gives in when Manuel starts kissing her. Manuel grabs her jiggy boob and exposes one nip while they're kissing her as if her husband will not come by any minute. How blatant can this two be? Turns out they are very brave to have sex on the sand. Can you imagine the salt water entering your insides with bits of sand on the side? It is cinematically beautiful, but sand and salt water? Manuel finishes off right before Jack arrives and tells Jennifer that her husband will know even if she hides it. Jack, while his wife is being screwed by the low-life deck boy, fearlessly hunts for fish in the sea. Even sharks can't scare Jack now. He manages to finally catch one decent fish and happily goes back to Jennifer. As soon as he arrives at their makeshift hut, Jack senses something is wrong. He asks Jennifer what the problem is and concludes that she had sex with Manuel. Jack goes berserk at Jennifer. He grabs her by the hair and throws her at Manuel. Jack can't believe that his wife screwed the deck boy while they were lost on an island. Manuel embraces Jennifer and takes her in. Jack goes on to be an introvert on an isolated island and does DIY stuff to survive. He creates a pair of goggles out of plastic containers. He learned how to fish and even found a sunken boat. Jack amazingly pulls the sunken boat to the shore with his bare hands. While Jack is struggling to find ways to survive, Manuel and Jennifer decide to dance with each other as if they were on a trip to the Bahamas. When they see Jack pulling the sunken boat to the shore, they immediately rush towards him as if they were old friends. Manuel offered to help, but Jack knew better. He angrily declines. Jennifer tries to persuade Jack again. She asks him about the boat and if he can really leave the island. Jack is perplexed by his wife. He says cruel things about Jennifer's adultery moves. She goes away with a broken heart. That night, Manuel and Jennifer go out for a swim and eventually have saltwater sex. Jennifer sees her ex-husband watching them and continues to moan as if she's in a porn movie. She convinces Manuel to steal the boat and leave Jack on the island alone. The next day, the scheming wife and petty deckboy steal the boat while Jack is away fishing. How can you leave your ex-husband on an isolated island alone? Jennifer can. The two hurriedly push the boat to the waters. Jack pretends to catch them. When they're finally sailing in the waters, Jack sits down and watches them, as if he was in a movie premiere. He sips coconut water as if he was watching a mini Titanic sink. Turns out Jack rigged the boat to sink because he knew that Manuel and Jennifer will steal the boat from him. Jack eats his fish with makeshift chopsticks. Nothing ever changes a man of luxury, even a disastrous yacht explosion or an adulterous wife. Manuel and Jennifer swim back to the island. Jennifer, as always, reaches the shore first. Jack waits for them and surely he has a plan. Jennifer tries to stop Jack, but this time, there isn't going to be steamy sand sex. Jack chases Manuel in the shore and throws his wooden spear at him. Manuel gets hit in his chest, sold back, and falls down. Jack further pushes down his spear, aggravating damage to Manuel's body. Jennifer finally stops Jack by grabbing him away from her beloved boyfriend. Manuel fights back by hitting Jack with a stone. Manuel is too tired to continue fighting Jack, so he swam away like a coward. Jack planned it all along. He made it seem that he was going to use the boat to escape. He rigged the boat, anticipating that Manuel would be too tired to fight back and attacked at his most vulnerable, smart yet sinister. Jack evolves to Rambo mode and ties Jennifer. While he's being nostalgic with his ex-wife, Manuel sneaks around to find the perfect timing to attack. Manuel hits Jack with a branch while Jennifer tries to escape. Jennifer finds a stool and quickly steps on it to reach for something that will help her remove her gag. She tries to free herself using her mouth. The two men fight like rabid animals. The flirty Jennifer joins the marsh pit and pushes Jack away to save Manuel. Jack escapes into the water. Manuel's ex-girlfriend continues to dance to the weirdest beat ever. This time she's wearing a costume. Jack groans as he washes his wounds. He tells Jennifer that they need weapons. Rambo Jack turns into Spartan Jack, this time with his daddy DIY armor. It gets weirder as Jack's and the witch's movements go in sync. Jack sees the two rats' tracks in the forest and chases them. Who knew the bald and spoiled Jack could evolve into something dark? The witch ex-girlfriend sacrifices a chicken in her bizarre ritual. Subsequently, blood drips down on Jack's forehead, and when he looks up, tada! Manuel and Jennifer are watching him from above the tree. Jack throws his spear at Manuel. The witch shakes like she's having a seizure. Manuel falls down from the tree. Jack is about to cut Manuel using his handy-dandy knife, but Jennifer jumps down and stops him from doing so. The witch continues to dance like she's bootlegged Shakira. Jack and Jennifer struggle. Jennifer bites her bald ex-nose off. Jennifer grabs the knife and tries to stab Jack. The witch drinks the poor chicken's blood, hoping she won't get someone now. Manuel gets a big rock and is about to hit Jack, but he collapses on the ground instead. Manuel falls down on the erected spear, piercing his body. The witch shouts, maybe because Manuel is finally dead or she didn't like the taste of chicken blood. A nice family arrives on the island and finds Jennifer. She can't believe someone has arrived on the island. She is finally saved. She goes with the family and takes Jack's expensive lighter. It is obvious that Jennifer has been starving. She eats anything the family gives her. The boat passes by Jack, who is fishing by the reef. He has grown a long beard, meaning the two have been on the island for quite some time now. Jennifer panics and looks at the family. She hopes they won't see Jack. Thank goodness they didn't. Jennifer is finally rescued, single and ready to mingle.